Guys, this is the truth of getting high quality sleep forever. And you probably have already searched for this topic and found so many different solutions. It is magnesium, it is the bed, it is this and that. They just give you everything, and it is they don't know. They're just fooling themselves and yourself when they give you these informations, because maybe it worked a little bit for them, but it was just a mental shift that did the job, rather than the pills, or rather than that specific things that they want to sell you. Not literally, because in videos not everybody is trying to sell you something, but they kind of trying to convince you that that's why you cannot sleep well, and here's why you are, and here's why how, and here's how you can get good quality sleep. But let me tell you something. I've tried all of them. I've read all the books, I've watched all the videos, I've experimented on myself with all the techniques that are out there. But you wanna know what I've discovered to be the truth? It could be for genetical reason. It could be for mental reason. And it is 100% depending on how you are living your day-to-day life. So this is in your control. You can operate, you can work on also the mental level, if that's the case. And at some level it's always the case. We gotta always work at the level of the mind, because it's how we are perceiving the world, ourselves, and everything. But sleeping properly, it's a matter of balance, it's a matter of functioning properly. And you can function properly only if you do certain things in a certain way, rather than doing other things in ways that are not proper. So we cannot escape, guys, this truth. We gotta do the work ourselves. There is no magic pill to save us, to live in a good way, to live happily, and to live to be healthy and rich and emotionally stable, and develop a deep connection with people, and being calm and in a peaceful state, and being able to create and to help and to serve. There is no magic pill, there is no magnesium, there is no creatine, there is no... It's a matter of all the things that we do. So we gotta find our own balance, we gotta find our own things. But for everybody, it is not a news, not a new discovery. It is nutrition. And I mean nutrition. Nutrients. That's what you gotta look for when you eat. How are you nourishing your body? Not just calories, you know. I'm not gonna get into details, but I just wanna remind you what you have to work on also if you wanna get good sleep. Because by working on these things we're gonna talk about in this video, you're not only gonna improve your sleep, you're gonna improve everything in your life. You're gonna get everything in the right place. You're gonna align everything, because now everything is disaligned. Everything is out of balance. There is no harmony. So it is for sure nutrition. It is for sure moving your body. And I'm not gonna say, hey man, you gotta do keto, you gotta do paleo, you gotta do intermittent fasting, you gotta be a fruitarian, you gotta be vegetarian, you gotta be vegan. No. You can have any kind of diet. You gotta find that one that fits you, your lifestyle, your values, uh, and your preference, basically. Okay, because if you like to eat carbs, you can eat carbs. You can eat fruits. You don't have to just eat fats and protein. If you don't like to eat meat, you don't have to. There is not one right way or one wrong way. There is just what works for you, what fits you. As soon as you're eating from nature and you try to eat the foods, high quality food as much as possible, coming from the farm, local products, and all those things, you're doing great. So the only things that I feel to tell you about nutrition is just don't eat commercial foods, like food that lasts forever almost, and all those things, because they put everything and they don't have nutrients, they just have calories. So that's a big one, nutrition. The other one, it's movement. Are you being active during the day? Are you at least pushing yourself 1 to 3 times at least? Of course, you can do more, depending on whether you are an athlete or you're focused on that. But you don't need to do more for health reason and for well-being reason. And that's what the majority of people, I think, they're aiming for. That they don't care about being an athlete or being the strongest, being the biggest, and whatsoever. So just to, at least once a week, push yourself, whether it is through weights, whether it is through sprinting, whether it is to doing a body weight workout, pumping that blood, working on your cardio, working on your strength. You don't have to do anything, but at least do one thing that you like, that you enjoy, that you can sustain for a long time. And of course, keep active every day. Every day you gotta move your body, whether it is a light stretch, Also, look at animals, look at dogs and cats. They just stretch naturally during the day, If you feel like stretching a little bit your back, just stretch your back. You don't have to work out to stretch your back. This is what I mean. And so move, walk, have little runs here and there. Just get on the ground, move like an animal, not just for the sake of using your body. Climb a tree, swim, and all these things. So nutrition, movement, the other things are easy. It is to put aside all those things that are draining you, whether it is a relationship, whether it is a place, and I'm not gonna even say whether, because it is like social media, Netflix, and all that literally draining you. I don't watch any more Netflix, alright? And recently, I just got home. It was raining. I was at home with my family, etc. I just put on a Netflix, a TV, something on Netflix, and I just binge watched it. The whole series. It was 7 episodes, all at once, from noon to until dinner. And maybe that was too much. Okay, I understand that if you just watch one a day, it's not gonna make a big deal, but you can use that time to create something in your life, like rather than just consuming and putting bad information on your brain, because as you nourish your body with food, you're nourishing your mind with whatever you are exposed to. And I was having nightmare because I'm not used to those kind of stimuli. uh, I'm used to nowadays to real life, slow life and just nature, and interacting with not so many people, and just being in my space, having my peace, etc. And all those inputs, are coming from the TV series from Netflix. Just with all those killings and all those that drama, that I've just deleted from my life. So you gotta be aware of what the inputs you allow yourself to be surrounded with are. So usually you don't find anything good on Netflix, on shorts, and whether they are on YouTube Reels, TikToks and all those things. It's just feeding your mind with junk, and it is draining you. It's lowering your vibration, and paradoxically, the more tired you are, and this is what I want to get in this video, the more tired you are, the less you will be able to sleep properly, because you are in a survival mode, and when you are in a survival mode, your body cannot fully relax, so you're not gonna sleep. You gotta have your tank full if you wanna have proper sleep. And when you have your tank full, you will find sooner than later, then you need less sleep, you will need less food, because you're keeping your vibration high, your energy level high, rather than draining yourself and having to build up, so needing more food, needing more sleep. And how do you keep your tank full? It's if you're a man, it is it is 100% that you do that with semen retention. So you gotta stop ejaculating, and you gotta stop watch porn. It just drain you. It's just set your mind on a certain frequency that it's not allowing you to get the energy flow. So it is quitting porn, it is quitting ejaculation. I'm not saying quitting sex with your partner, or even quitting your masturbation if you are alone. Just become more aware of not ejaculating as often. I'm not gonna say, okay, stop ejaculating forever. That's not gonna be possible, actually. There is a process behind it. So all this activity will help you to become more aware, and as you become more aware, you can see how you're thinking, because thinking is a big one. Your thinking, your habitual thinking mostly, it's creating your reality, or it's keeping your reality as it is, even if you consciously want to change it, because you're thinking the same thoughts over and over. Thoughts becomes forms. Everything that you see in this world was an idea, was a thought. Thought become matters. Thoughts, it's energy. Matter, it's energy that took form, because we fed it. We fed it until it became real in this dimension. You will also sleep far better when you are being creative in your life, when you're using this life force that wants to flow, that wants to expand, that wants to create, rather than just being without purpose, without direction. Um, just let me clarify this. You can totally do nothing if you can, if it's the case, if it's meant for you, and just to flow with this kind of energy that is just healing the world and that is just healing yourself, that it is just right, you know, it's just a line, it's just harmony, it's just peace. Like take for example some kind of guru or whatever, uh, but it is a choice, or it is something that they're meant to do, doing nothing. But they're not doing nothing because they have mental blockages, they have limiting beliefs, they have fears and all that that is just paralyzing them. Now it's a choice, it's different. So I'm not saying that if you act, that means that you are, that if you're doing so many things, that means that you are aligned, that you're at peace with yourself, that you have a calm mind and all these things. So I believe that, and I know that everyone can benefit from breathing exercise, from meditation, from moving their body, eating properly, and mostly just getting the right input in our mind. So, reading the right books, consuming the right content like this that reminds you what you have to do, that just uplift you, and give back, gives back you power, reminds you of your own power, the power that you have to shape the world around you, as within, so without. So all these things basically will help you to think better. And as you think better, and as you start to choose your thoughts, because you are more conscious, you're more aware, those thoughts will inevitably manifest in your life. But if you stay unconscious, and unconsciousness, it's just backed up by low energy. So if you're draining yourself, and you're doing so also through not getting enough sleep, because it's all a chain, it's all interconnected. You cannot work just on sleeping, changing the mattress, or doing some yoga pose before sleeping, or it's everything. It's everything that you do in the day that will influence everything else. The food will influence your sleep. The workout will influence how you eat. How you eat will influence your workout. How you create, the fact that you have created something in your day will actually improve all the balances, the hormonal levels, you know, oxytocin, dopamine, and all those things will help you to produce more good, more neurotransmitters, more, you know, it's just everything. It's helping each other, just like we should do in the world, like between us. So this is the truth about sleep. You gotta work on yourself. You gotta ask the right question. You gotta do some introspection. You gotta do some journaling. You gotta talk to a coach. You gotta talk to someone. You gotta start talking to yourself. You gotta start expressing yourself. You gotta start figure out who you are, your true self, your authentic self, and not like compromising what wants to comes out of you. Because of what other people think, because of what other people expect from you, societies expect from you, all these taboo, all these status quos, you know, that, oh, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to be this at this age, and here, blah, blah, blah. All right. So you gotta work on yourself 360 degrees. You cannot leave anything out of the plate. It's a lot of work, but it's the only thing that we gotta do. You wanna keep living like this, that you don't even you cannot even enjoy a night of sleep. And the first things that you can do to improve your sleep is to accept the fact that you're not sleeping well. You will survive that. These too shall pass. And instead of resisting and instead of looking for solution, etc., which is normal, but it depends on how you look for solutions. So that it makes it makes the difference. Because if you're kind of escaping, I gotta sleep, I gotta sleep, I gotta sleep, I cannot not sleep, and you're resisting that situation, you're not accepting. So accepting being present, it's the best thing you can do, and from there you will take action. And you will take actions that are more likely to be the right actions rather than just making you go nowhere. All right. Then, after you start working on yourself at 360 for the things that really matter, you can implement, okay, I'm not gonna use any electrical device 3 hours before sleeping. I'm not gonna take caffeine after noon. I'm not gonna work out in the evening, because for some people it is just too much. You gotta listen to yourself. You gotta be aware of what's going on, of the signals that your body is giving you. Because your body is constantly talking to you. It's just that we don't listen. We don't know how to listen. Nobody taught us this. We cannot even listen properly to someone else. You can imagine how would we be able to listen to ourselves. That is something very subtle. That is something that you can grasp only when you're quiet. And in this world, nothing seems to be quiet. Everything is rushing. Everything is in a hurry. So much, so much, so much. Do more, do more, do more. We don't have to do more. The fact that I've told you that you gotta work on yourself at 360 is not. It's not that I